4 investigates a battle brewing in the state capitol. Missouri's governor and the attorney general are locked in a debate over paying legal expenses for 3 state senators.
It's all over social media posts falsely accusing a man of being the shooter at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Chief investigative reporter Lauren Traeger is monitoring the drama and ultimately your money tonight.
Just this afternoon, the Attorney General's office remained adamant that they are following their duty under Missouri law, but it's all shaping up to be a showdown between 2 of the very top leaders in the state. The governor critical both of the state senators for their conduct and of his own Attorney General for offering assistance to defend them in court.
I just want everybody to know that I'm an innocent person in whatever happened. I had no clue what was going on.
Denton Loudermilk's picture was circulated on social media shortly after the Kansas City parade shooting, falsely accusing him as the possible shooter and an undocumented person. Now he's suing 3 Republican Missouri state senators, Rick Bratton, Denny Hoskins, and Nick Shearer, for defamation, alleging they shared those posts. The Missouri Attorney General is defending them in court, claiming they must under the state's legal expense fund, something Missouri's governor disagrees with.
Politicians have to be responsible and have to be held to a higher standard when you start attacking citizens in our state. And, you don't get a free pass just because you're a politician.
That fund generally doles out thousands of dollars every month to defend state agencies and officials against lawsuits rising during public duties.
It's hard to see how the existing legal precedent justifies this use of taxpayer funds.
But Benjamin Singer of good government group Show Me Integrity says the legal expense fund should have its limits. And so it makes you wonder how much taxpayers could ultimately be on the hook?
Who knows what a politician could say from their personal Twitter account? As we know, they say all sorts of things. And why should the state of Missouri be on the hook for when someone is operating in their personal or political capacity?
The 3 senators have declined to comment on the matter. The Attorney General also declining to comment further due to those pending lawsuits. Singer, though, says part of the issue is whether the senators are using their X accounts for personal or public reasons. For example, if they're using them to campaign. It's an issue that could end up in the courts, and we'll continue to follow it. I'm Lauren Traeger, First Alert 4 Investigates.